The snow falls heavy over a village in eastern Prussia. It is January 1945. The sky is white. The ground is white. Everything is white except for the smoke. Black smoke rising from chimneys, from burning buildings, from funeral pyres. The Soviet army is coming. Everyone knows it. The sound of artillery rumbles in the distance, getting closer every day. The village is called Waldheim, forest home, but there are no forests anymore. They were cut down for fuel, for fortifications, for coffins. What remains are stumps, black against the snow, like broken teeth. The houses are old, stone and timber, thatched roofs heavy with snow. Smoke seeps through cracks. Windows are shuttered. Doors are barred. The streets are empty. No children playing. No market. No church bells. Just silence and cold and fear. In one of these houses lives a woman named Anna Richter. She is 34 years old. She has been a widow for 8 months. Her husband Klaus died at the Vistula, shot through the chest. They sent her a letter, official, typed, "Your husband died heroically in service to the Reich." They sent her his wedding ring. Nothing else. No body. No funeral. Just a ring and the letter. She wears the ring on a chain around her neck. She can feel it against her skin. Cold. Heavy. A reminder. Anna lives alone now. The house is too big for one person. 3 bedrooms. A kitchen. A cellar. Her parents are dead. Her brother is missing. Somewhere on the Western Front. She has not heard from him in 6 months. She works at the village clinic. She is a nurse, trained before the war. There's not much work now. Most of the young men are gone, dead or fighting. The clinic treats frostbite, malnutrition, despair. Anna walks to work every morning. The snow crunches under her boots. Her breath misses in the air. She wears Klaus's old coat, gray wool, too big for her. The sleeves hang past her hands, but it is warm. It smells like him, tobacco and sawdust. He was a carpenter. He built furniture, tables, chairs, a cradle. They never had children. They tried, for 5 years. It never happened. Anna does not know why. Maybe it was her, maybe him. It does not matter now. He is gone. On this particular morning, the snow is falling harder than usual. The wind cuts through the village like a blade. Anna walks with her head down, her scarf pulled tight. She reaches the clinic. It is a small building. 1 room, stone walls, a stove in the corner, shelves with bandages, bottles of iodine, aspirin, not much else. The door is open. That is strange. Anna always locks it when she leaves. She pushes the door wider, steps inside. The room is cold. The stove is out, and there is a man on the floor. He is lying on his side, curled up. His uniform is Feldgrau, German, but wrong somehow. The insignia is different. The cut of the coat. Anna steps closer. She kneels. She touches his shoulder. He does not respond. She rolls him onto his back. His face is pale. Blue lips. His eyes are closed. There is blood, a lot of it, soaked through his tunic. On the left side, just below the ribs, Anna pulls off her gloves. She checks his pulse. Faint, thready, but there, he is alive. She needs to work fast. She drags him closer to the stove. He is heavy, dead weight. She struggles, finally gets him positioned. She lights the stove, uses the last of the kindling. The fire catches. Smoke curls. Heat begins to spread. She turns back to the man. She cuts away his tunic with scissors. The wound is bad. A gunshot. Entry wound in the front. No exit wound. The bullet is still inside. The flesh around it is red, swollen, infected. She needs to clean it. She boils water on the stove. She sterilizes her instruments. A scalpel, forceps, needle and thread. She has done this before. During the war. Field medicine. Patch them up. Send them back. But this is different. This man is not going back. She works for 2 hours. She removes the bullet, cleans the wound, Stitches it closed. 12 stitches. Neat. Even. She wraps his torso in bandages. Clean white cloth. She covers him with a blanket. Then she sits back, exhausted. Her hands are shaking, covered in blood. She washes him in the basin. The water turns red. She looks at the man. He is still unconscious. She does not know who he is. She does not know how he got here. But he is alive. For now. He wakes 3 days later. Anna is changing his bandages when his eyes open. They are blue, pale, like ice. He stares at the ceiling, then at her. He tries to speak. His voice is a rasp. Where am I? Anna says you're in Waldheim. In the clinic. You were shot. He closes his eyes. He says how long? Anna says 3 days. You've been unconscious. Fever. Infection. But you are alive. He nods. Barely. He says thank you. Anna does not respond. She finishes the bandages. She gives him water. He drinks. Slowly. His hands shake. She asks what is your name. He hesitates. Then he says Jacob. Jacob Weiss. She asks where are you from. He says Vienna. She asks what happened. How did you get shot? He looks at her. His eyes are careful, guarded. He says I was running. They shot me. I kept running. I made it here. I do not remember how. Anna asks who shot you. He does not answer. She does not press. She says you need rest. The wound is infected. You need antibiotics. I do not have any. He says I will manage. Anna says you might not. He says I have no choice. Anna stands. She says I will bring you food. Soup. Bread. You need to eat. He nods. She leaves. She locks the door behind her. She does not know why she is helping him. She does not know who he is. But something in his eyes. Something familiar. Something broken. She returns that evening with soup. Potato. Thin. Not much flavor. But hot. She feeds him. He is too weak to hold a spoon. She sits beside him. She asks why were you running? He says because they were hunting me. She asks who. He says the SS. She stops. The spoon halfway to his mouth. She says why. He looks at her. He says because I am a Jew. The room is silent. The fire crackles. Snow taps against the window. Anna sets the bowl down. She says you are a deserter. He says no. I was never a soldier. I was a prisoner. She asks from where. He says a camp. East of here. I escaped 2 weeks ago. I have been hiding. Moving at night. They shot me 4 days ago. I thought I was dead. But I woke up here. Anna says you cannot stay here. If they find you, if anyone finds you, they will kill you. And me. He says, I know. I will leave. As soon as I can walk. Anna says you cannot walk. You can barely breathe. He says then, I will die somewhere else. Anna does not respond. She picks up the bowl. She feeds him the rest of the soup. In silence. That night, Anna cannot sleep. She lies in bed, staring at the ceiling. The wind howls outside. The house creaks. She thinks about the man in the clinic. Jacob, a Jew, a prisoner, an escaped prisoner. If they find him, they will kill him. And her. She should turn him in. It is the law. It is her duty. But she thinks about Klaus, about the letter, about the ring, about the 5 years they tried for a child, about the cradle he built, empty, gathering dust in the attic. She thinks about the war, about the men who never came home, about the letters, about the rings, about the silence. She gets out of bed. She puts on Klaus's coat. She walks through the snow to the clinic. She unlocks the door. Jacob is awake. He looks at her. She says, I will help you. But you must tell me the truth. All of it. He nods. She sits. He begins to speak. He tells her about the camp, about the trains, about the selections, about the chimneys, about the smoke. He tells her he was a doctor before the war. In Vienna, he had a practice. A wife, a daughter. They were taken in 1942. He does not know what happened to them. He thinks they are dead. He was sent to the camp. To work. As a doctor. For them. For the SS. He did what they told him. Because the alternative was death. He did terrible things. Things he cannot forget. Things that haunt him. He escaped because he could not do it anymore. Because he would rather die free than live as their slave. Anna listens. She does not interrupt. When he finishes, she says, "Why did you come here, to this village?" He says, "I did not mean to. I was just running. I saw the clinic. The door was open. I thought maybe I could find help, or at least die warm." Anna says the door was locked. He says no, it was open. Anna shakes her head. She says, "I locked it. I always lock it." He says, "Then I do not know. Maybe God, maybe luck, maybe nothing." Anna does not believe in God anymore, but she does not say that. She asks about his wife, his daughter. What were their names? He says, "My wife was Sarah. My daughter was Leah. She was 6 years old. She liked to draw. Flowers, birds, the sun. She always drew the sun, even when it rained." Anna says, "I am sorry." He says, "So am I." Anna says, "What will you do if you survive? Where will you go?" He says, "I do not know. There is nothing left. No home, no family, no life. Just this, just running." Anna says, "Then stay, until you can walk, until the war is over. Then decide." He says, "You are risking your life." Anna says, "I know." He says, "Why? You do not know me." Anna says, because someone should choose mercy, because I am tired of death." He does not respond. He just looks at her, and she sees it. The same thing she saw in Klaus's eyes, the last time she saw him, before he left the front. Fear and gratitude and something else. Hope. She says, "I will bring you more food tomorrow. And blankets. The clinic is too cold." He says, "Thank you." She says, "Do not thank me. Just live." She leaves. She locks the door. She walks home through the snow. She does not look back. The days pass. Anna brings Jacob food. Soup, bread, sometimes a piece of sausage, stolen from her own rations. She changes his bandages. The wound is healing. Slowly. The infection is fading. He is getting stronger. He can sit up now. He can hold the spoon. They talk about the war, about the past, about Vienna, about Waldheim. Jacob asks about Klaus, about how he died. Anna tells him about the letter, about the ring, about the empty cradle. Jacob says, "I am sorry." Anna says, "Everyone is sorry, but sorry does not bring them back." Jacob says, "No, it does not." He asks if she loved him. Anna says yes, very much, but also no, not the way I should have. Klaus was a good man, kind, gentle, but he believed in the Reich, in the war, in the cause. He thought it was right, necessary. I did not, but I did not say anything. I just let him go, let him believe. And now he is dead. Jacob says that is not your fault. Anna says, "Is it not?" He says, "No. You cannot control what people believe. You can only control what you do." Anna says, "And what am I doing? Hiding a fugitive. Risking my life. For what?" Jacob says, "For what is right." Anna says, "And what is right?" He says, "Choosing mercy. Choosing humanity. Choosing to see me as a person. Not a Jew. Not a prisoner. Not an enemy. A person." Anna does not respond, but something in her chest loosens. A knot she did not know was there. On the 15th day, the artillery gets closer. The windows rattle. The ground shakes. The Soviets are coming. The village is emptying. People flee west. Carts, wagons, cars, whatever they can find. Anna's neighbor, Frau Bergman, comes to her door. She says, "You should leave, Anna. They will be here in days, maybe hours." Anna says, "I cannot. I have work." Frau Bergman says there will be no work, only death. The Russians will kill us all. Anna says, "Then I will die here." Frau Bergman shakes her head. She says, "You are a fool." But she hugs her. She says, "Goodbye, Anna. Take care." Then she is gone. Anna watches her go. An old woman, pulling a cart, alone. The snow falls. The artillery rumbles. Anna goes to the clinic. Jacob is awake. He says, "You should leave." Anna says, "I am not leaving." He says, why? You have a chance. Anna says, and leave you here. To die, or be found. No. He says, I am not your responsibility. Anna says, maybe not, but you are my choice. He does not argue. They sit in silence, listening to the guns, getting closer. That night, Anna brings Jacob to her house. He can walk now, slowly, leaning on her. She helps him up the stairs, into the spare bedroom. She says he will stay here. It is safer, warmer. He says, what if someone comes? Anna says no one is left. Just us. He nods. She brings him soup, blankets. She says rest. Tomorrow we will decide what to do. He says, thank you, Anna. She says, you are welcome, Jacob. In the middle of the night, Anna wakes to a sound. Footsteps. Downstairs. She sits up, her heart pounding. She reaches for Klaus's hunting rifle. She keeps it under the bed. Loaded. She moves to the door, opens it. The hallway is dark, cold. She hears voices. Men. Speaking Russian. Her blood runs cold. They are here. She moves down the stairs. Slowly. The rifle raised. She reaches the bottom. The front door is open. Snow blows in. 2 men stand in her kitchen. Soviet soldiers. They wear thick coats, fur hats. They carry rifles. They see her. They raise their weapons. One of them shouts. In Russian. Anna does not understand. She lowers her rifle. She raises her hands. The soldier steps forward. He takes her rifle. He looks at her. He says in broken German, you are alone. Anna says yes. I am alone. The soldier looks around. He says, where is everyone? Anna says they left. I stayed. The soldier asks why. Anna says this is my home. The soldier nods. He says smart. Running gets you killed. He looks at the other soldier. They speak in Russian. Then the first soldier turns back to Anna. He says we will search. You stay here. Anna nods. Her mind races. Jacob is upstairs. In the spare room. If they find him, she hears them climbing the stairs. She hears doors opening. She waits, her heart pounding. Then a shout. They found him. She runs upstairs. The soldiers are in the spare room. Jacob is standing, his hands raised. The soldiers have their rifles on him. One of them shouts, German, Wehrmacht, spy. Anna steps forward. She says no. He is not a soldier. He is a doctor. He was a prisoner. He escaped. I am helping him. The soldier looks at her. He says, prisoner from where? Anna says a camp, east of here. The soldier says, show me. Jacob pulls up his shirt. On his forearm is a number, tattooed. The soldier leans closer. He sees it. His expression changes. He lowers his rifle. He says, Jew. Jacob nods. The soldier says, what camp? Jacob says, I do not know the name. Just a number. The soldier nods. He turns to the other soldier. They speak in Russian. Then he turns back to Jacob. He says, you are free now. The war is almost over. Jacob says, thank you. The soldier says, do not thank me. Thank her. He nods to Anna. Then he turns to leave. The other soldier follows. They go down the stairs. Anna hears the front door close. She stands there, shaking. Jacob sits on the bed. He says that was close. Anna says yes. They sit in silence. Then Jacob says, why did you protect me? Again. Anna says, because I chose to. He says, you could have let them take me. Anna says, I could have. But I did not. He asks why. She does not answer. She does not know how. The Soviets occupy the village for 3 months. They are not kind, but they are not monsters either. They requisition food, supplies. They set up a command post in the church. Anna continues to work at the clinic, treating soldiers now, Soviet soldiers. Frostbite, infections, wounds. Jacob helps her. He is a doctor after all. The Soviet commander, a captain named Dmitri, asks about him. Anna says he is my assistant, a refugee from Vienna. Dmitri looks at Jacob, at the number on his arm. He nods. He says, you are welcome here, doctor. Jacob says, thank you. The weeks pass. The snow melts. Spring comes. The war ends. The news spreads slowly. Germany has surrendered. Hitler is dead. It is over. Anna and Jacob stand outside the clinic. The sun is shining. The first time in months. The air smells of earth, of growth, of life. Jacob says, "What will you do now?" Anna says, "I do not know. Stay here, I suppose. This is my home." Jacob says, "And what about me?" Anna says, "What about you?" Jacob says, "Should I leave? Go somewhere else? Find what is left?" Anna says, "Do you want to?" Jacob says, "No, but I do not want to impose." Anna says, "You are not imposing." He says, "Then I will stay. If you will have me." Anna says, "I will." They work together. At the clinic. Rebuilding. The village slowly fills again. Refugees. Displaced persons. Soldiers coming home. Or trying to. Anna and Jacob treat them all. No questions. No judgment. Just care. The months pass. Summer. Autumn. Winter again. Jacob stays in the spare room. He and Anna talk. Every night. About the past. About the future. About what it means to survive. One night, Jacob gives Anna something. A piece of paper. Folded. Worn. He says, "I found this. In your husband's coat. The one you let me wear. I thought you should have it." Anna unfolds it. It is a letter, written in Klaus's handwriting. She recognizes it, but she has never seen this letter. It is addressed to her. "My dearest Anna, if you are reading this, then I am dead. I do not know when, or where, or how, but I know it is coming. I have known for a while. This war is not what they told us. It is not noble. It is not just. It is murder. I have seen things, done things I cannot tell you, things I cannot forgive. I do not expect you to forgive me either. I just want you to know, I loved you. I always loved you. And I am sorry. Sorry for leaving. Sorry for believing. Sorry for not being the man you deserved. If there's a God, I hope he is more merciful than I deserve. And I hope you find happiness, even if it is without me. Yours always, Klaus." Anna reads it twice, 3 times. Tears run down her face. Jacob sits beside her. He says, "I am sorry." Anna says, "No. Thank you for finding this, for showing me." Jacob says, "What does it mean?" Anna says it means he knew. He knew, and he went anyway. Jacob says maybe he thought he had no choice. Anna says we always have a choice. Jacob says yes. We do. Anna looks at him, at this man who survived, who chose mercy, who chose life. She says, "Thank you, Jacob, for everything." He says, "For what?" Anna says, "For reminding me that we always have a choice." Anna and Jacob married 2 years later. In 1947, a small ceremony in the village church. There are no guests, just the priest and Frau Bergman. She came back after the war, thin, tired, but alive. She cries during the ceremony. Happy tears. Anna wears a simple dress, white. Jacob wears Klaus's suit. Anna gave it to him. She says Klaus would have wanted it. They exchange vows. They exchange rings. Not the ring Klaus gave her. She keeps that on the chain, close to her heart. A new ring, simple, gold. They kiss. The priest smiles. Frau Bergman throws rice. They walk out of the church into the sunlight, hand in hand. 2 people who survived, who chose each other, who chose life. They have a daughter, born in 1948. They name her Sarah, after Jacob's first wife, and Leah, after his daughter. Sarah Leah Weiss. She has Anna's blonde hair, Jacob's blue eyes. She is healthy, happy, loud. She fills the house with noise, with joy, with life. Anna watches Jacob with her, the way he holds her, the way he smiles, the way he looks at her like she is the most precious thing in the world. And she knows Klaus was right. She found happiness, not without him, but after him, because of him, because of the coat, because of the letter, because of the choice. Jacob dies in 1987. He is 74 years old. A heart attack. Quick, painless. Anna holds his hand as he goes. He smiles at her. He says, "Thank you, Anna, for saving me, for loving me, for giving me a life. Anna says, "Thank you, Jacob," for the same. He closes his eyes. He is gone. Anna sits with him for a long time, holding his hand, remembering the clinic, the snow, the wound, the choice. She buries him in the village cemetery, beside the plot she saved for herself. She has a stone engraved, Jacob Weiss, doctor, husband, father, survivor, saved by mercy, saved by love, saved by Anna. She visits every week. She brings flowers. She talks to him. She tells him about Sarah, about the grandchildren, about the life they built, about the choices they made. Anna dies in 1995. She is 84, peaceful, in her sleep. Sarah buries her beside Jacob. On her stone she writes, Anna Richter Weiss, nurse, wife, mother, savior, chose mercy, chose love, chose life. The story is told, through Sarah, through the grandchildren, through the village, about the widow who opened her home, about the wounded stranger, about the husband's truth, about the choices we make, about the lives we save. In the village of Waldheim, there is a clinic, small, stone, still standing. On the wall is a plaque. It reads, "In this place, Anna Richter saved Jacob Weiss. January 1945. A choice, a life, a love." People come to see it. They read the words. They think about their own choices, about the courage it takes to choose mercy, to choose love, to choose life. And they remember, because some stories are too important to forget. Some choices echo forever. And in Waldheim, in a small cemetery, two graves sit side by side. Flowers bloom between them every spring. White roses, planted by Sarah, tended by her children. A reminder, a memorial, a testament that even in the darkest winter, even in the deepest snow, even when all hope seems lost, we can choose. We can choose mercy. We can choose love. We can choose life. And that choice can change everything.